How's it going, Headliner Nation? Chris Kennedy back again with the Fantasy Headliners, here to provide you with a little bit more DFS action for week 4 in the NFL. Now, last week in week 3, let's just say that my picks didn't quite pan out. They were a bit disappointing. So I want to make sure that I'm coming back even stronger this week to provide you guys with a few more picks that will still be able to, free up some salary so that you can pay up for those higher price studs, but also give you a little bit of a safer option, just so there won't be as much volatility. Now, if you haven't started playing DFS yet, I really think it's a great way to kind of take a break from some season long information and just add in some DFS into your fantasy football repertoire. Now, there's a lot of really great sites out there that do provide DFS content. For me personally, and the information that I provide to all of our MVP Patreon members is going to be found over on DraftKings. I like their contest selection. I like the pricing a little bit more. So for me, everything that I provide to you guys today and in these videos each week will be based off of DraftKings. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't take this information and go and play on a different sites, but just wanted to give you that heads up that it is for DraftKings specifically. So for this week, we're going to start off like we normally do over at the quarterback position. And I'm going to start off with none other than Ryan Fitzmagic. That's right. With Ryan Fitzpatrick priced right now at $5,400 on DraftKings, I think he's going to provide some great value. He's playing against a Seattle Seahawks defense that's allowing 440 passing yards per game right now this season. Now, granted, the Seahawks have played a higher caliber of quarterback the first 3 weeks of the season, but I do think that Fitzmagic is a guy that can certainly push the ball down the field, and especially where the Seahawks should be winning this game by a good amount, it means that the Dolphins are going to have to throw their way back into this game. So at only 5,400, I really do like Ryan Fitzpatrick as a salary saver, more of that value option that will help you to be able to price up at other positions such as running back and wide receiver. Now, speaking about running backs, let's talk about the guy that I'm targeting this week, and that's none other than Carolina Panthers' Mike Davis. Since Christian McCaffrey went down with that high ankle sprain, Mike Davis has really been involved a lot more as a receiver. In the last 2 weeks, he's actually tied for the team lead in targets alongside with DJ Moore at 17. And while the Arizona Cardinals, they do give up about 101 rushing yards per game, that's not really the stat that I'm looking at here with Mike Davis. With Mike Davis, I'm looking at those receiving yards because the Arizona Cardinals are allowing 67 receiving yards per game to running backs. And I think that's really where we can see Mike Davis flourish because, again, I do think that the Cardinals are going to be able to take care of business. And I think that where Davis is being used more efficiently as a receiver than as a runner, I think that's where he's going to give you the most value. And he's only priced at $5,700 this week over on DraftKings. So again, another value saver here where you should be able to price up at your other running back position and other positions going forward. So let's skip over to wide receiver. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a 2-for-1 this week with the wide receiver position. Because earlier where I talked about Ryan Fitzpatrick at the quarterback spot, I love both of his receiving options this week in both Devante Parker at 5,700 and Preston Williams at 4,500. Now, these are guys who Preston Williams hasn't been getting the receptions that we'd like to see, but he's certainly getting the targets. He's been targeted just 3 times less this year than Devante Parker, and they both have great matchups. These are guys that are being targeted down the field pretty often, great target share at 15 and 17% respectively, but going up against the Seattle defense that just can't stop anything. This is really an offense that I'm excited to see. They should be able to put up a good number of points, and it doesn't matter if they have Shaq Griffin on them or if they're going to be having Trey Flowers in coverage. The Seattle Seahawks secondary has just been absolutely abysmal, allowing 77 to an 80% catch rate, a quarterback rating of at least 130 among all of their cornerbacks. So again, Devante Parker, Preston Williams, I'm okay with starting either of these guys in my cash or even GPP lineups going forward for this week in DFS. Now we're going to finish things off with the DFS picks over at tight end. And this is one that I'm actually really excited about. Kyle will also appreciate this as the Lions fan that he is. I'm going with TJ Hockenson. At only $4,800, he's going up against a Saints defense that has been okay this year, just not against the tight end. Against tight ends this year, they're allowing 97 receiving yards and they've already given up 4 total touchdowns. They've also allowed 30 fantasy points per game to tight ends. So again, $4,800. TJ Hockenson has been just one of the main pieces of this offense. And with Kenny Golladay back, that means that Hockenson should see plenty of single coverage and really be able to, find those mismatches among the defense. So those are my DFS picks for this week, you guys. I do hope that we're able to give you a little bit more success than what happened last week. But I do want to finish off with Monkey Knife Fight. We have a great partnership going on with Monkey Knife Fight right now, where if you go to monkeyknifefight.com, all you need to do is just deposit $10, play in a $2 contest. Make sure that you're using promo code headliners. We will match your deposit up to $50. So all you have to do is go to monkeyknifefight.com, deposit at least $10, play in a $2 contest, and we'll match that deposit up to $50. That's all I've got for you this week, you guys. I really hope that you're going to have some fun in your season long and your DFS contests. And we'll see you next week for week 5. Take care.